Beneath the vast oceans, silent giants patrol, vessels cloaked in invisibility, capable of striking anywhere on Earth with unimaginable force. The Columbia-class submarines are not just the future of warfare, they are the ultimate guardians of global power. These submarines are changing the rules, forcing rivals to rethink strategies in ways never seen before. The Columbia-class submarines are more than just replacements for the aging Ohio-class fleet, they represent a complete transformation of undersea deterrence. Designed to carry the U.S. Navy's nuclear deterrent into the 21st century, these submarines are critical to maintaining the country's ability to respond to any nuclear threat. The Ohio class, introduced between 1981 and 1997, served as the backbone of the United States' sea-based nuclear force for decades. However, with those submarines nearing the end of their operational lifespans, the U.S. recognized the urgent need for modernization. The Columbia-class submarines were developed to meet that need, ensuring the Navy remains equipped with the most advanced and survivable ballistic missile submarines in the world. But the Columbia-class isn't just about replacing what came before, it's about redefining what is possible. At the heart of the Columbia-class program is a singular objective: survivability. In the realm of nuclear deterrence, survivability is everything. The ability to retaliate after a nuclear strike ensures that no adversary would ever risk initiating such a conflict in the first place. This is the principle behind the United States' nuclear triad, which consists of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, strategic bombers, and ballistic missile submarines. Submarines are considered the most survivable leg of this triad because of their ability to operate undetected beneath the ocean's surface. Unlike fixed missile silos or air bases, which are vulnerable to preemptive strikes, ballistic missile submarines can move freely and covertly across the globe. Even in the event of a devastating first strike against land and air-based nuclear forces, submarines like the Columbia-class ensure that the U.S. retains the ability to deliver a retaliatory blow, a capability known as second strike. But how exactly does the Columbia-class achieve such unparalleled survivability? The answer lies in its cutting-edge technology, which makes these submarines the quietest and most advanced ever built. One of the most significant innovations is the electric drive propulsion system. Traditional submarines, including the Ohio class, rely on mechanical propulsion systems that involve noisy components like turbines and gears. These moving parts generate acoustic signatures that can be detected by enemy sonar, making even the most advanced submarines vulnerable to detection. The Columbia class changes the game with its electric drive system, which uses an electric motor powered directly by the onboard nuclear reactor. This dramatically reduces noise levels, rendering the submarine virtually undetectable. For adversaries like China, who are investing heavily in anti-submarine warfare, this technological leap poses an almost insurmountable challenge. Adding to the Columbia-class's survivability is its nuclear reactor, which is designed to last the entire 42-year service life of the submarine without requiring refueling. Think about that for a moment. These submarines can remain operational for over 4 decades without ever having to be taken offline for mid-life reactor maintenance. This innovation eliminates one of the major limitations faced by previous submarine classes. With the Ohio class, for example, mid-life refueling required the submarine to be out of service for months at a time, reducing the Navy's overall at-sea deterrence. The Columbia class eliminates this vulnerability, ensuring that the U.S. maintains an uninterrupted deterrent presence no matter what happens on the global stage. But the Columbia class isn't just stealthy, it's also devastatingly powerful. Each submarine is equipped with 16 missile tubes capable of carrying the Trident II D5 ballistic missile, one of the most advanced and accurate nuclear weapon systems in the world. Now you might be wondering, why only 16 tubes when the Ohio class had 24? While the Columbia class does carry fewer missiles, this reduction is offset by the sheer capability of the Trident II D5. Each missile has a range of over 7,000 miles and can carry multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, MIRVs, meaning a single missile can strike several targets with pinpoint precision. This ensures that the Columbia class retains the same level of deterrence capability while aligning with modern arms control agreements. For adversaries like North Korea or Iran, this level of precision and power means that no target, no matter how well protected, is beyond reach. China in particular has reason to be concerned about the Columbia-class submarines. Over the past decade, China has aggressively expanded its naval capabilities, including the development of its own ballistic missile submarines, such as the Type 096 equipped with JL-3 missiles. These submarines are a cornerstone of China's strategy to project power and assert dominance in regions like the South China Sea. But no matter how advanced China's submarines are, they face a fundamental limitation: detection. The Columbia class, with its near-silent operation and advanced stealth technologies, can operate in contested waters like the South China Sea without being detected. This means that it can monitor Chinese naval activities, gather intelligence, and strike critical targets if necessary. For a regime that thrives on the perception of strength, the presence of a Columbia-class submarine in nearby waters is a sobering reminder of its own vulnerability. And then there's Iran. While Iran's nuclear program and regional ambitions differ in scope from those of China or North Korea, its naval strategy presents unique challenges. The Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly a fifth of the world's oil supply passes, is a critical choke point. Iran has long relied on asymmetric naval tactics, such as deploying mines, fast attack boats, and submarines to threaten shipping lanes and exert influence in the region. But the Columbia-class submarines effectively neutralize these tactics. With their ability to operate submerged for months at a time, they can patrol the waters of the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea without ever revealing their presence. This capability not only ensures the security of global energy supplies, but also complicates Iran's ability to project power in the region. For Tehran, the knowledge that a Columbia-class submarine could be lurking nearby, invisible and unstoppable, is a significant strategic setback. Beyond their role as a deterrent, the Columbia-class submarines also serve as a reassurance to U.S. allies. For NATO partners and nations in the Indo-Pacific, the deployment of these submarines is a visible demonstration of the United States' commitment to collective security. Japan and South Korea, for example, face direct threats from North Korea and must constantly contend with its unpredictable behavior. The Columbia-class provides these nations with a reliable security umbrella, ensuring that any aggression from Pyongyang will be met with a decisive response. Similarly, NATO allies in Eastern Europe, who face growing pressure from Russia, benefit from the strategic stability that these submarines provide. In this sense, the Columbia-class is not just a weapon, it's a tool of diplomacy, signaling to allies and adversaries alike that the United States remains fully engaged in maintaining global stability. Of course, all of this comes at a cost. The Columbia-class program is projected to cost $130 billion over its life cycle, making it one of the most expensive defense projects in history. Critics have questioned whether such an investment is justified, especially given the financial strain it places on the defense budget. But proponents argue that the cost of not pursuing this program would be far greater. Without the Columbia-class, the U.S. risks losing its ability to maintain a credible sea-based deterrent. In a world where adversaries like China and Russia are rapidly modernizing their militaries, failing to invest in the next generation of submarines could leave the United States vulnerable. The Columbia-class isn't just about today's threats, it's about preparing for the challenges of the next 50 years. It's also worth noting the broader impact of the Columbia-class program. Built by General Dynamics Electric Boat with significant contributions from Huntington Ingalls Industries and other contractors, the submarines represent a massive industrial and engineering effort. Thousands of skilled workers and engineers are involved in their design and construction, making the program a vital part of the U.S. economy. And with each submarine expected to remain in service for over 4 decades, the Columbia-class isn't just a technological achievement, it's a legacy of American innovation that will shape naval warfare for generations. So, what does all of this mean for global security? Are the Columbia-class submarines the ultimate deterrent, or will their introduction spark an arms race as adversaries try to match their capabilities? These are questions that the international community will grapple with in the years to come. What is certain, however, is that the Columbia-class submarines have already reshaped the geopolitical landscape. With their unparalleled stealth, endurance, and firepower, they ensure that the United States remains a dominant force in undersea warfare, capable of countering threats from any corner of the globe. The Columbia-class submarines aren't just machines of war, they are guardians of peace, preserving stability by ensuring the cost of conflict is too high for any adversary to bear. If this video changed how you see modern naval warfare, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into defense and technology. See you in the next video.